It's been a little bit since I've done a video upon semen retention. Now, this was honestly something that was intentional because a lot of the times, especially within the community based upon semen retention, it can get very repetitive and it can also stunt a person's growth of their own exploration that happens on the path of semen retention by listening too heavily upon what an individual experiences rather than actually tuning into what they are experiencing, what they are needing, and the reasons to why they are doing semen retention in the first place. Now, the whole topic of conversation when it comes to this is a lot of skepticism, people not believing in the benefits or having health concern reasonings of why they're not doing it. There's also a lot of good that can come obviously from semen retention, having a relationship to yourself, learning discipline, having healthy routines set in place, overcoming past urges into greater self-expression of what you are truly desiring out of life. So there's a beautiful spectrum of what can happen when we do participate in semen retention. Now, I've gained a lot of knowledge based upon my own self-observation when I was abstinent for 8 months of my life. And that was very intentional. I did that without even knowing what I was doing. It was a calling that I was getting internally that I needed to sit with myself. I needed to learn about myself. I needed to take time out of my life, being in my early 20s, to know what I'm deserving of, to know what I'm even wanting out of life. And with me actually sitting in my sexual energy without giving it to another person or releasing it to, urge that comes online that both women and men can have. Actually, not even can have, do have. We all experience having sexual urges to the extent of some people, those urges get to control their lives. Some of these urges actually deplete people and their energy center of their sexual energy, which is also responsible for your creative energy. And why this is so important to me is because by me actually abstaining my sexual energy for a period of time with intention and also discernment of the reasons why I was doing it, not doing it because I watched a video online or I was trying to one up another person on their spiritual journey, because it is. Semen retention will cause a spiritual reflection just based upon you breaking free from old patternings of your life. Whether they served you or not, it is up to you to decide. Not a YouTuber online telling you how it should be. Not even me telling you how you should experience the very sacredness of what semen retention is, especially for a man. Now, we live in a society today where there's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of different people telling us what to do, what not to do, what's right, what's wrong, etc. And while I was talking about semen retention, based upon the reasons I was doing it, it was for me to get to know myself more, get to know my energy of who Maya is. And with that time, I did not listen to other people's perceptions at all. I didn't listen to semen retention videos. I didn't listen to even self-help videos. I took this time to fully gather my own thoughts, my own perceptions of this reality, what I was using my sexual energy for in the past, and what was the implications that happened out of that, and what needs to be changed in my life. Now, a lot of people lack energy, they lack motivation, they lack purpose. And they lack it to the extent that they actually settle for this in their life. They settle for it's normal to be stagnant. And nothing's ever stagnant. Everything's always moving. Whether you can see it or not, that's how this world functions. That's how energy works. Everything is constantly moving. And everything is moving in the direction you give your awareness. And everything moves in the direction you guide with your perception, with your attention. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And when it comes to a man's sexual energy, there's a lot of distractions out there. There is a lot of things that pull on his energy center, sexual energy, whether it be on social media, being overstimulated by maybe the woman's body, butts, boobs, sexuality that is so normalized in not the most liberating way. It's actually quite a false representation of what it means to be centered in sexuality. And that's through Instagram models, perhaps you're lusting over all day, porn websites, and all of these things that are showing you a representation of what it is to misuse your sexual energy to gain another person's validation, which you could be in a pattern of doing. When you participate in all of these things like lust, you're giving away your energy towards something that is fueling another person, invalidating maybe something they need to work on within themselves. And that's a hard thing for anyone to do, because it takes a level of accountability. But within accountability for your life and the reasons you're doing the very things you are doing that create positive, negative circumstances in your life, it allows you to get back in tune with your core center, your core truth. And that's why I don't want you men to fall into the trap of making semen retention a lifestyle. Because making semen retention a lifestyle can cut you off actually from a lot of beautiful aspects of your own sexual energy, of relationships in the future. To hold almost a suppression of it is never healthy, and it will lead you maybe to an outburst of something you're not proud of, whether that be a long streak of watching porn or falling into old habits or sleeping around with other women because you've gained so much sexual energy you're needing an outlet to pour it into. Instead, we're going to be pouring it into ourselves. We're going to come up with a vision for our future. We're going to come up with a purpose. We're going to come up with action steps and new habits we can implement into our routine that is going to shock yourself. You are going to shock yourself during semen retention by showing yourself the willpower you must obtain in order to take strides forward to the future you're envisioning. It doesn't come by you just laying on your back masturbating every night. No change will happen when you're in that pattern of constant release and not having the ability to discern, is this release necessary in order to move me forward, in order to create intimacy with myself? Or is this actually something that I'm doing because I'm lonely? I don't feel good about myself. I'm stressed out. I don't know what to do with my life, so I'm gonna numb myself in a short moment of releasing my seed. And within a man releasing his seed, he's also releasing his intention behind whatever he is doing and the action steps and the thoughts that preceded him onto doing that very thing in the first place, whether it be watching porn, sleeping with a woman that you don't know. Why are we doing the things that we do? These are very important questions that are simple questions that will actually allow you to further gather information about yourself that you need in order to achieve whatever you are desiring in this life. Whether it be a healthy relationship, whether it be success and abundance and a purpose you're proud of. These are things that go so unnoticed in today's society. But because everything is so on command these days, we expect our goals just to come to us without zero effort being put into the very things we are desiring. And it takes effort and it takes dedication of using your energy in a way that can get you to where you are now, whether you're depleted, whether you're lost, whether you have no idea what you're doing with your life. Relationships are shit. Your life is not where you thought it would be. Take it into account. Maybe take it into account. See what you're doing in your daily life that is also solidifying that way of being further into existence. And if it's you constantly numbing yourself through porn or lusting over women, it will always keep you in that stagnant pattern. So that's why in today's video, I'm touching on semen retention in a way I really haven't done before. I don't want you to be over-identified to other people's experience on this path. It's your path, it's your journey. Don't put people on a pedestal who have completed certain days. Sure, look up to them, see that that's evidence of what a person can do, but also allow yourself to have your own experience. By yourself, to yourself. It's a very intimate act to be consciously aware of what you are doing with your sexual energy and what it can actually create in your life and what it can create in And what it can create in your life is anything you desire. When you have something in mind, you have your complete awareness to it, and you actually have belief in yourself. And we gain belief in ourselves by actually overcoming the things we have a hard time overcoming, but doing it anyways. Self-trust is necessary on this path. And that's what we're doing. We're gathering a realization that it's up to us all along. No one's coming to save us. We need to rehabilitate the very relationship we have with ourselves in order to have healthy relationships in the future, not only with ourselves, but with other people through the very conduit of sexual energy that is powerful. It's our life force. So in today's video, I really hoped I was able to inspire you in some way and also to regain some clarity around semen retention. It's not for other people. It never will be for other people. It's all due to you making this commitment to yourself, but also following your intuition along the way of when it's time maybe to stop and maybe when it's time to push forward. You will know. I do not know, but you definitely will know because this is your experience and I want you guys to make the most out of it. If you guys are wanting further assistance though within creating structure around semen retention, or if you're maybe falling into destructive patternings in your life, whether it be through porn, relationships, lusting, and you're having a hard time getting out of it and you're kind of reaching out for help, I do coach people individually on breaking these habits. So if you are interested in further gathering information of the root cause of why we do the things we do, I would love for you guys to email me. My email is down below, to book a call with me so I can further assist you in overcoming these hurdles, because that's what they are. They're hurdles for you to actually gain more momentum, a stride that will last, because that's what they are. Hurdles are there for you to have self-mastery, to push forward and to actually regain a true centered connection to yourself out of the disconnect we experience as humans. So I hope you guys liked today's video and I will see you in my next one. Bye.